Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how I have gone from this with my dark roots to this white blonde. So if you're interested to see how I did it, then just continue to watch.
That's what I like about you. So dangerous, I get this rush.
Hi guys, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Juliet and I do 3 videos a week on all sorts. If you do enjoy this video, there is a little subscribe button down there in red somewhere. I would love for you to click that and stick around. It's completely free and entirely up to you, but without further ado, let's get into today's video. So first thing I want to say is I am not a beauty therapist, I'm not a hairdresser. Although I did train in hairdressing many moons ago, I wouldn't say I was a practicing hairdresser. Also, I do want to say is when you are using bleach, I personally prefer to go to the salon, and I would advise for people to go to the salon because using bleach, I feel, is a professional job. However, circumstances in the UK at the moment where all salons are closed, and I had some pretty hefty roots going on. I was due to get my hair done any day, and so I wanted to show you how I can do it at home if I wanted to. So let's go back to yesterday and let's get started. So let's first of all get a good look at my hair. So bearing in mind my hair, I haven't washed it now in probably 3 days because I wanted to get it as greasy as possible, and I have really oily hair. So this is my hair at the moment. You can see the root that I have on my hair. Get a good view for the camera there. I always go to the hairdressers to get mine highlighted, but since I'm going to be doing it myself, I thought I'm going to give it a go at scalp bleach. So this, as you can see, is the before, and now I'm going to go through exactly what I'm going to use on my hair. We're going to need a mixing bowl, I've got a mixing cup as well, and a mixing brush, and then you will also need, I've got 4 of these, but you should be okay with just 3. Some gloves, some cling film or a carrier bag to help it keep the heat in. Actual bleach, I'm going to be using these Freeze Ice Lights. This is what my hairdresser in the past has used, so I picked up these. I will leave everything I can linked below for you. Now I've bought it in bulk because I don't know how long salons are going to be closed for, and then I've also bought a 20 vol 6% peroxide developer, 10 volt 3% peroxide developer, the toner that my hairdresser uses, which is the Wella Illumina colour in shade 1069. So before we start this video, let me just say I would also recommend you always do a strand test on your hair and a patch test to make sure you're okay with dye if you've never dyed your hair before. And this is also no offence to my hairdresser because I love my hairdresser so much. So Abby, if you're watching, please don't kill me. I'm also going to be using Olaplex. So Olaplex, if you've never heard of it, is an amazing formula which protects your hair and it rebuilds the bonds as you're bleaching. So it's supposed to not let your hair be affected by bleach at all. Now I'm going to be using stage 1 and 2, which is usually you get from your hairdressers. You can buy it online. I actually bought mine from eBay, where they buy the big salon bottles and they distribute them into smaller sachets so you can buy. So I will leave the link to the seller that I used below. They were really lovely, so quick in getting it out to me. 2 lots of the 15ml Olaplex 1 and 2 sachets of the 30ml Olaplex 2, and it came to I think about £23. So Olaplex isn't cheap, but I would say that it is worth every single penny if you want to protect your hair while you're bleaching. I've made sure I've got an old t-shirt on, or one of Matt's old t-shirts, sorry babe. And then I've just got my comb, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to part my hair into 4 sections. So all the way down the middle, all the way down to the back, and then also do another section from the middle of my head to just behind my ear. And this just makes it a little easier to do. You've got those 4 sections. Use your clips to separate them off. Okay, let me show you what that looks like. So as you can see, I've got 4 nice sections ready to start dyeing. Okay, so with bleach, you want to mix 1 part powder. In this instance, I'm using 1 scoop of bleach, which is roughly 30 grams, to 2 parts developer. Now, I'm going to be using a
20 vol on my hair. My natural hair isn't actually that dark, so I think a 20 vol would be fine. You can go 30 if you want a bit more lift, but I wouldn't recommend going to a 40 vol. That is quite strong. So because there's 30 gram of bleach in here, I will then pour out 60 of peroxide and pop that in there. So you want to mix this up before you add your Olaplex. And also, you can, if you haven't got a measure, what you are looking for is like a pudding like consistency, like a yogurt looking consistency. You want to make sure it's nicely mixed with no lumps in there. Once that is mixed up, this is where you add your Olaplex. Instructions come with your Olaplex, but when you are doing bleach powder onto your scalp, you will add 1.87 ml of this. Okay, and that is ready to go. Okay, so you want to work fast with your bleach. You want to start on your back sections. It will be on your back the longest, so you want to start with the 2 back sections and then the front. I would say it worked pretty sharpish because my hair's pretty thin. It shouldn't take too long. So it's going to start with this back section. And also what you want to remember is you don't want to go onto any previously lightened hair. So you just want to be going on to the dark bits. And then what you want to do is you want to get your end of your brush, take a section like so, put it forward, do the back, and then keep working it forward. You want to make sure the roots are entirely saturated as well, and just keep going. Roughly about 1 inch sections. I've got quite thin hair, so that is fine for me, but if you have got thicker hair, you might want to get smaller sections just to make sure that those roots are saturated entirely. What you want to do is you just want to go around and check that everywhere has got it on. Especially you want to check around the fronts of your hair. You want to check around the hairline. Just make sure you've got all the baby hairs in. Like I say, my hair is pretty thin, so to be honest, I can check pretty easily that it's all covered. So now all your bleach is on, you want to get it some heat, any old fashioned. You just want to wrap this around. So this is just to keep the heat in and let it develop. With bleach, you've got to be very, very careful. You don't want to leave it on too long. So what I would suggest is checking it at 10-minute intervals. Now, because my hair's pretty light, I will probably only leave it on for 20 minutes anyway. But if you check it after 10 minutes, check again after another 10 minutes, and just keep checking just to make sure your hair is okay. Okay, so it's now just been over 20 minutes. I can see what you need to do now is you just need to wipe a little bit of the product off. And can you see under there now that it's looking white? You want it to look white, not yellow. That is not what you want at all. And as soon as it's starting to look like this, this is when you wash it off. Then we're going to put on Olaplex number 2. Okay, so that is washed off. So you can see how I like my roots are looking, and don't worry if it looks a bit orangey yellow at this point, it's because you haven't toned it yet, so that is perfectly normal. So what you want to do is you just want to lightly towel dry, and then what we are going to do is we're going to go in with the number 2 Olaplex. So like I say, mine's come in a sachet like this, and what you want to do is you want to get it and work it all the way through your hair. So you want this to go all over your hair like a conditioning mask. I'm going to leave this step on now for as long as possible before I tone. It's a minimum of 10 minutes, but I'm going to leave it on for an hour if I can, and then I will put my toner on. Okay, so it's getting pretty dark in here now. I have had this on my hair for over an hour. I'm going to go and rinse this out and then get started on my toner. Now I'm going to mix my toner. So I've got my toner right here and it's a 1:1 ratio. And then, like I say, I'm going to mix that with a 10 developer. And this should be enough to pretty much do all of my head. Okay, so you want your hair pretty much dry, and I'm going to start with the same process. So exactly the same kind of way that I did the bleach. You don't have to be as precise with toner, but I just like to make sure I've got it nice and even. I'm taking the toner a little further down because my hair was previously highlighted. So there are still some brassy tones a bit further down the hair, so I just want to make sure that they're toned as well. Okay, so I'm going to leave this sit for 20 minutes to half an hour and then wash it off. Nice little makeup line going on down here. Okay, so it's been on for 15 minutes now, and then wash it off. Okay, so it is all washed off now. It's actually the next morning because it was really late last night and I was losing the light. But yeah, this is it all washed off. So it could be whiter if you left the bleach on for longer or if you had a higher vol. But this is kind of the colour I wanted to go with. It's the colour I always tend to have. And yeah, I am absolutely in love with it. I only left the toner on for 20 minutes because it really grabs in my hair and you don't want it to go too purple. So I would just keep an eye on that, because you can even see, whether you can see on camera, you can see little bits where it has grabbed a bit more around the hairline. But all in all, I am super happy with how it has turned out. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I really love for you to subscribe and stick around. And until next time guys, take care.